All right, so Three Ninjas Podcast, Domino, Hesh, Jones, Bobby. And right now we got a guest on the phone. I've been watching this man for a couple months, seeing he been making some moves. So, I deemed it necessary to get him on the phone and learn more about him. So as of right now, we have the one and only hip-hop game on the motherfucking line. How you doing, man?
Yo, what's going on, son? I'm always great, man. God bless, man. Happy New Year and happy Sunday to y'all, man.
Happy
Word
New
up.
Year.
Thanks. I really appreciate y'all for having me.
No problem, man. Yo, do you always have this energy? Like, are you always just like at like 100? Like,
yeah, I always got this energy, man. like this is how I live. Like when you see me on camera and everything like that, this ain't no joke. Like this is what I do, man.
Word
up. I'm always good.
Now, I think the first time I called Wendy, I just happened to be off work one day and I was looking on Twitter. And I was watching Hot 97's live stream, and I happened to see you playing Def Jam Fight for New York with Eric Sermon, right? And I just remember having so many fucking questions. I was like, first of all, like, who is this nigga? Where'd they find a copy of Def Jam? Why is he talking to Eric Sermon of all people? Hot 97 got a game department? Like, I didn't know what the fuck to think. So, like, so who is Hip Hop Gamer? What is Hip Hop Gamer? Why is Hip Hop Gamer? Who are you, my nigga?
All right, cool. All right, let's take it from the top.
Right.
So first off, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. My grandmother, rest in peace. My grandmother is the one who taught me how to play video games, and I was 4 years old.
Okay.
So I've been playing video games all my life, and my grandmother taught me how to play video games. The first game I ever played was Pac-Man, but the game that really got me into gaming as a culture was Super Mario Brothers, Nintendo 8-bit.
Gotcha.
Right? So that's how that started. Fast forward, I always loved hip hop, always loved music and the culture. And when I turned 14, I actually started making music. Like I started to become an actual artist when I turned 14 years old. And I used to go by this name, Jackal. And then fast forward to about 2007. I was a big fan of G4 Tech TV. So, Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb, Kevin Pereira, and all of them. So I was always watching G4 Tech TV. And there was this one episode where I felt like the corporations got to Adam Sessler because some of the things that he was saying, it didn't feel like it was his words anymore. And then I was like, that's whack. And I'm the kind of person where, I don't complain, I create. So I made my first video ever in 2007 with a friend of mine. And then, but he couldn't go on. He couldn't continue because he had some, personal issues. Right. So I continued. So hip hop gamers, plural, turned into hip hop gamer, which is me. You know what I'm saying? And then in 2008, I met up with this guy named Torrance Davis who had a website called thebitbag.com, and he was already a veteran in the gaming industry, been to all the E3s and everything. So he liked what I was doing. He discovered me. He liked what I was doing, and I was consistent with everything I was doing. So because of that consistency, he gave me the opportunity to go to E3 in 2008. That was my first ever E3 I ever went to. So when I went to E3 in 2008, I killed it, man. Like nobody in the industry has ever seen anybody like me. I had the big John Cena belt, crazy energy. But when I did the interviews that I did, people knew that it wasn't no gimmick because I really knew my stuff, and I was asking questions that IGN and all these other like websites wouldn't even ask or whatever. It was just a very different energy. Like, for example, when you look at someone like a Charlamagne the God, or you look at people like Sway, they come from a different perspective because of the passion that they got in the culture, as opposed to somebody that just got a job in the culture and they're just trying to keep their job, so they ask for their vote. Like, what I mean? It's a different type of energy. So, that's what I brought to the table, and I built a great relationship with a lot of the developers and publishers. So Hideo Kojima, got a chance to talk with him, interview him, Aaron Greenberg, Microsoft executives, like all of that. You know what I mean? It was incredible. So after I did that, the industry was put on notice that I was here, and then, it was up to me to be consistent. So fast forward to like 2017, I was on the red carpet for Facebook with Mark Zuckerberg's sister, Randy Zuckerberg. They had a big event, and I was on the red carpet, and I was interviewing Peter Rosenberg from Hot 97, and we did such a good interview because it was around the time when Nicki Minaj and Peter was beefing over that Starz. Yeah. So it was around that time. So we was talking and had a great interview, but it was a short interview, and they wanted to finish the interview. And they was like, "Yo, you should come out to Hot 97 so we could, continue this." And I was letting them know, like, "Yo, how come y'all don't have anything, with gaming? Like, gaming is the biggest form of the industry, and gaming and hip hop literally grew up together, but y'all don't." Yeah, like everybody that listens to Hot 97, they game. Trust me. But y'all don't utilize it. So the reason why is because they don't got nobody on their team that know how to do it, that live that life. You know what I'm saying? So, in my situation, prior to all of that, from 2000 to 2014, I worked in the mailroom. I supervised the mailroom at every single record label. Okay. So I was at Def Jam, Rockefeller, Bloodline, Murder Inc., Interscope, you name it. I know everyone, like Jay-Z and all those, all those people in the office and stuff. I know all of them. I got incredible relationships with all of them. I know them for over 10 years because I used to deliver mail to them. So, what happened is, I came to a meeting with Hot 97 and we spoke about what we wanted to do. And I told them that if we do this, we got to do it right. It got to be authentic. So I need y'all to just let me do my part. So can you let me do my thing and I'll show you. And, literally years later, between Hot 97, my partnership with Logitech G, I'm a full brand partner with Def Jam Records. I'm a partner with, I work with VaynerMedia. I love Gary Vee and all of them. So I work with them as well. 1:37 p.m. I work with, I'm a partner with B&H Total Store, as well. Partner with Ambox, the esports clothing company that's owned by the New York Mets that Michael B. Jordan has got a part of. I'm with them as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, absolutely. In the NBA 2K League, huge partnership with them. I'm actually partnering with the NYPD because we have gaming and guidance cops and community thing that I do where I can bring and create better relationships with everyone because love is the answer. That's how I live my life. And, yeah, man, I'm doing a lot, but that's what led to everything. Now, to answer your final question regarding Eric Sermon, so Eric Sermon, that's the homie, man. What happened with that situation was I reached out to Eric Sermon because I know he said he had somebody that he was working with or whatever. And I reached out to Eric Sermon. I was like, yo, this is dope. I can help here and there. But we didn't, meet up yet or whatever. It was just like a regular random tweet and everything. But I've had tons of, artists on the show, Mr. Cheeks and everybody. I'm, cool, all these people. So when Eric Sermon was coming up, to promote his album Vernia, he let everybody know that he was coming to New York, and anybody that want to do press, let's make it happen now. So I was like, yo, E, we gotta do this, man. And my man that worked with Eric Sermon, that worked with Def Squad, we was already cool. So he put the bug in Eric's ear that you gotta rock with Hip Hop Gamer. So Eric Sermon came to the office. We went live, we played Def Jam, and people lost their mind. They never seen nothing just like that. It was crazy. And Eric Sermon never experienced nothing like that. He was like, yo, so Eric Sermon, that's family to this day. That's how that all came about. And, I'm just keeping it going. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just very humbled and excited about it, and there's more to come. So sorry if that was too long-winded. But
no, you good. Yo, you helping us out. So now, because when I saw the shit, I was like, yeah, does Eric Sermon have an album coming out that I don't know about? Like, what's he doing up there? But to actually see somebody that's in like one of my top 5 favorite games of all time actually play the game as themselves or use other characters or people that they know was pretty dope to see. Now, you said that you grew up in Brooklyn. Now, what part of Brooklyn?
East New York.
East New York.
I went to I went to PS 158 for my elementary school. Then I went to IS 292 for my junior high, and I graduated from Jefferson High. And Pickens Avenue in between Skate and Hendrix, man. So you got Miller. So you got Miller and Dumont. All of that stuff. Like, yeah, man, that's home, man.
Now,
word up.
From what I know about East New York, that ain't the friendliest part of Brooklyn, right? Now, with you...
No, it's not. Well, that's one of the reasons why I'm a gamer, because my grandmother utilized video games and church to keep me off the street and keep me safe. So, and the thing is, in my situation, like, for example, a little background on me, I never met my mother. She left when I believe I was like 2 years old. So, but I heard that she had, mental issues and stuff like that. So, but the thing is, I never met my mom. And, you know, it was my pops and my grandma. My pops was more on the gangster side, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, my grandmother was my heaven, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, that's pretty much like, you know, how my upbringing was. My grandmother used video games in church to really keep me safe, protect me, and raise me right. I always tell everybody that my grandma raised me right. And in hindsight, looking back on life, she did beyond just a wonderful job. I would not be who I am today if my grandmother wasn't present in my life. So, you know, I'm extremely humbled and thankful. That's why my energy is always the way it is, because, you know, I don't take any day, minute, or second for granted, man. I love life. I love me. I love people. And I just try to focus on doing the right thing, regardless of what others may do to you.
That's dope, man. Now, how did your grandmother actually come across video games? Like, did you ever get a chance to ask her, like, how she got into it, or how she knew that you would like it, or something that you might be interested in?
You know what's so funny? Like, I never really asked my grandmother what made her get into games, but my grandmother, she loved to have fun. Like, that's how her personality is. She just loved to have fun. Because we played board games, too. You know what I'm saying? Candyland, Monopoly, you name it. Right. We always played games. So my grandma, I guess she felt that the more fun she was, the more she was able to, you know, be embracive to all the kids that she would watch and stuff like that, and raise. You know, it takes a village. So everybody came to my grandma. Like, it was like open door policy. Like, you got problems, whatever it is, don't matter, go to grandma's house. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you got food, you got shelter, you have fun, and, you know, it's a way to get away. You know what I mean? So my grandmother just always had it in her, because I guess she always wanted to make sure that she had a way to connect, you know, with everybody, and fun is a way to connect with everybody. So she just always played games, always. So she pretty much passed it on to me, and I took it to a whole nother level. Like, word up.
Now, being like a gamer in Brooklyn ain't like the toughest occupation or the toughest thing to be known for. So were you ever like picked on or chastised because of that?
Well, yeah, like, I mean, at first, but see, in my situation, and this ain't nothing to brag about, it's just something that happened. So, I'll tell you two things that took place. One, somebody must have thought I was a punk because I was going to church and I was a nice kid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't bothering nobody.
Right.
But, so what happened is, you know how you play suicide? Yeah. Back then you play suicide? So somebody hit me. So somebody tried to like play me and hit me in the face with the ball. Oh yeah. Like I was like, oh word, okay, I bet.
Got you.
I ain't get them right then and there. I ain't get them right then and there. I was like, all right, bet. So we playing suicide again, right? And I hit him back with the ball, but then I did some other stuff. Right. You know so you know, when that happened, that ended that. But the main thing that changed people's mind, but you know, that wasn't enough. You know, certain people felt like, you know, you still a punk or whatever, right? Yeah. So my father put the fear of God in me one day. So my father said, there's these two kids that was picking on me. My father said, if you don't fight them, you're going to fight me when you get home. So I said, well, I know I'm going to lose that battle. So I'm going to fuck these kids up. I got no choice. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got to fight these two dudes. And when I tell you, like, out of fear and just being scared of our father, like, I beat these two kids up. I still can't tell you how I did. All I know is I was standing and they wasn't.
Just know I can't go home like this.
It was crazy. But I won that fight. I had a little scar on my face, but I won that fight. And after that, like, I really didn't have too many problems in school. But there was one problem that I had outside of school. A friend of mine, he thought I was joking about how passionate I was about games at such a young age. So, I look and some of my games is missing.
Oh, shit.
Now, you already know. This is like, you have the Bible, and then you have the video game religion. Right. Thou shalt not take nobody else's games. Like, you know this. Like, this is like,
why am I just getting in the case, babe?
You don't do that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, I got a few games missing. Kung Fu from Nintendo.
Oh,
missing.
shit.
what else was missing? I think Super RBI Baseball 2020, because there was this one baseball. It was a futuristic baseball game. This is one of my favorite games. And Rad Racer, I think, was missing. And I think Street Fighter Championship Edition on the Genesis with the 6-button controller,
right,
was missing. I go to this dude's house, right, and he lived like 2 blocks from me on Broad. And I'm like, I think his name was Jose, if I'm not mistaken. But I was like, yo, I'm here. And he wouldn't come outside. So I'm like, okay, I know you got it, because you acting guilty. Like, I didn't even, get at you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't even know why I'm here. But you already acting guilty. So I know you got it. I said, yo, if you do not come down here and give me my games right now, I promise you, I'm going to hurt. You don't understand. All you got to do is come down here, give me the games, and it'll be good.
Nah, my nigga, we got a problem. You got my shit. My shit.
It's on. And I knew I was serious because I blacked out. Like, I didn't care about nothing or nobody. I didn't care about myself at this moment.
Take all that shit you learned in Street Fighter and just use it on him.
This dude came downstairs. As he's coming downstairs, he's apologizing. He has all my games. So he's apologizing as he comes downstairs. And, for the sake of, like the podcast, the rest was history. Let's just say,
okay.
Let's just say, like the color red appeared more than I thought it was supposed to appear.
You hit him with that Akamaru Hirosun?
For real, you would think I hit him with a Kamehameha afterwards.
Sometimes you
I
got
was not playing. But I got my games back and everything. So that's pretty much like it, though. Like, other than that, everybody played games in the hood. It's just that it was the stereotypical hood games. Like, you know what I'm saying? NBA Jam, Madden, like stuff like that. What really started to change for me is when people saw me play Final Fantasy VII, and that's one of my favorite RPGs ever. When people saw me play Vagrant Story, and Kingdom Hearts and Fear Effect, like all these games that normally you only see suburban white kids play and not kids from the hood. That's when people was like, yo, this dude really game. Like, this is like his thing. And it's been my thing ever since I was a kid, man. I love games, man.
Now, how hard is it to try to break that stigma when it comes to, I guess, black people enjoying what, I guess, like the masses, I guess, deem as stereotypical white activities? Like, what are you doing to try to break that stigma?
Well, what I'm doing right now is becoming the face of all areas that you don't see our faces in. Like, so for example, earlier when I was telling you, like, for example, like me being a gaming partner with B&H Photo Store, like a lot of people already look at that like, how did you do that? This dude is Jewish, you black, you from the hood, but how y'all come together? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did you do that? And then, like, even with Logitech is one of the biggest tech companies in the world, and they're partnered with Hot 97, which is the most dominant brand in hip hop, through my voice. That's never happened before. I'm the first person to ever do that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? How did that happen? Like, whatever. So, my goal is to be the face of all the entities that represent hip hop and gaming and all of entertainment. And the process of doing it, sometimes it's very challenging, but I see the barriers breaking. And what I mean by that is I see more and more people that's black championing the gaming industry as a whole. I'm seeing more people talk highly about, comics. And I'm starting to see more people attend E3 and PAX and Comic Con, Anime Con, all this other stuff. Like, shout out to my homegirl, DJ Boom. Like, they have a Sailor Boom thing that they do with like the black version of Sailor Moon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way they do that and stuff. Like, there's more people embracing the culture right now. But you got to think about it. In 2008, especially at E3, which is the Super Bowl of the game industry, is like 1% of us there. And even the other like people that's there that's black, they're trying to fit in. They're trying to work for the different organizations. I've always been independent. You understand? So I've always did what I wanted to do the way I wanted to do it, and made it happen. So at the end of the day, from 2008 and all the way to now, I've seen a dramatic change of people being more confident to put themselves out there in the gaming space, no matter what type of game it is, although they are black.
Okay. Now, I recently saw that you also did something at York College. Was that a program that you started at York College?
Yeah, so shout out to my man Art. He worked with Jack Thriller, you know what I'm saying, G-Unit. Shout out to Jack Thriller, that's my bro. What happened is I created a program with Logitech called Gaming and Guidance. And the goal of that is, so for example, one of the head people, my man Ujesh over at Logitech, he was talking about how his daughters would go online and play some games, but the community could be so toxic. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's hating, racism, all this other negative stuff it's crazy. It gets out of hand. So besides selling mouse and keyboards and headsets and doing all these big business deals and products and stuff like that, they wanted to do something that was actually more meaningful, something that, something that's bigger than money. You know what I mean? Something that's, bigger than ourselves. So we came up with the program Gaming and Guidance because being from the hood, you know what it is to be a gangster and be glorified for doing dumb stuff and hurting people. So I wanted to change the narrative where we could be gangsters in a positive light, meaning that taking care of your family, helping people, showing love, that's gangster to me. You understand what I'm saying? So I wanted to change the narrative on that word. So we put together Gaming and Guidance because what I wanted to do was I wanted to impact the community for using gaming as a platform to bring people in and then provide the guidance so they can understand that character is your currency. It's who you are that's valuable, not what you have. Right. So in the process of doing that, I've been going to a different school every month, and we would have an esports gaming tournament with the kids, and then we would close it out with a panel discussion, and then we will wrap up the assembly. And it's been incredible. I mean, incredible. I was featured on Fox 5 and Channel 12 News not too long ago because we gave the Xbox adaptive controller to a friend of mine that lost his right hand due to SMA type 2, which is a muscular dystrophy disease. So now we got him back to gaming again. It's just all these powerful things that we're doing. So when I did that, my man Art was like, yo, I would love to bring your Gaming and Guidance to like York College in a classroom form so you could teach them that to be a gamer, it doesn't mean you have to play all the games. You could be a voice actor, you could be a music producer, you could be an animator, you could be a story writer. There's so many other things. You could do PR. Gamers need lawyers. Like, there's so many other things in the gaming industry that you could do that a lot of people aren't aware of because they think the game industry is only about playing the game. Right, so I was able to utilize York College as a platform to teach that there's more to gaming than just playing. And it's just been incredible, man. It really has. So I do that every Friday. And currently right now, the program is being restarted. So I believe in February it starts back up again, and I'll be there every Friday doing a class.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Now,
thank you, man.
Now, with all this stuff that you're doing, all the accolades, all this, fabulous stuff that you're doing, it also comes with some hate. Are you aware that people don't like you?
Of course I am.
But do you see the shit that they say about you?
Well, of course. And you know what I do? I'll give you an example. Some comments, because I read all the comments. So some of the comments that people say, you a goofball, or you ain't no real gamer, or this dude is fake trying to act tough, or what's up with this yo dog? All types of stuff like that. So what I do is, I respond saying is there anything I could do better? Give me some pointers, give me some tips. What would you like to see? How can I make what I do better to make you enjoy the content? And then they hit me up oh, bro, I didn't even know you was gonna respond, man. I was just playing. I'm sorry. I was just, how you doing, man?
One of those just want a response to talk to you.
Yeah. See, the thing is, the problem is not just the industry, but the world is so fueled by negativity, and people respond to negativity in a negative way because so many people feel that when you're negative, that's the way to get people's attention by creating negative spaces. So I'm the kind of person where I don't care what you say about me. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's why does if somebody say, yo, hip hop gamer, like you a sucker, you and your son ain't nothing, your grandmother blah blah blah, that's why she died. Like, I've had the worst things people say to me.
Oh no, we gotta fight. Nah, my son and my grandma. Like, somebody gotta go.
Yeah, like that's fighting words, right? So the way I respond to it, I'm like, yo, like, I don't know what's going on in your personal life, but I pray that it gets better, and much love to you, and I hope everything is good. And then that throws everybody off. Like, this dude, I done said the worst thing to this dude, and he showed me nothing but love in return. Why did he do that? And the reason why is because anybody that willingly throws out negativity for the sake of negativity is a reflection of what their life is like. Right. And if your life ain't that good right now, you gotta pray for people like that. I want to see everybody do good. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I'm truly at a point in my life where I understand what love is. I understand what God has done for me. Like, I don't even, like, bro, let me just give you some more context. I'm from the hood, grew up in the 80s, East New York, all of that stuff, right? I never smoked. I never drank ever in my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't, like, really party that much. Like, I don't go out really unless I have to. I'm blessed with the things I got in my house. I spend time with family. I try to help people. I'm definitely not the type of person on the outside looking in you would really think I am. But when you get to know me and stuff like that, you be like, yo, bro, like, I had no idea. So the thing is, I'm very, very different from the average person that you will meet in the world. Like, period. I'm very different because I understand things. Like I read the Bible. I'm heavily involved and in tune spiritually, like, with everything that's going on. So that's why I understand where things come from. When you're on a road of greatness and you know that you're great, it's like a girl. It's like a girl that looks so good, but she don't know how good she looks. Like, she don't know how bad she really is. So she's looking at things a whole nother way, while this dude is probably like, yo, I got this, like, I gotta get this, I gotta, like, they don't even understand the power that they got. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because she looked that good or whatever. So the thing is, in my situation, I understand the power that I have. So any negativity that comes towards me, I get excited. And the reason why I get excited, because it's kind of like how lightning strikes, the way it works. You get a positive current from the ground, and I believe a negative current from the clouds that creates friction that makes thunder, that makes lightning strikes. So when I look at that in life, if you're coming at me in a negative way, that's God allowing me to have power in the situation. But two negatives ain't gonna create the strike. Somebody gotta create the friction. So all your negativity, bring it. Because I'm going to hit you with something that's going to impact you in a way that's going to make you think. And then now I impacted your life. So no matter where you go in life, I'm always going to somehow be with you because of the impact that I have in your life. So consider me a cloud save. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? No matter where you go, I know I'm going to have an impact on your life because I was able to affect change in a positive way. So that I don't care, man. People can say the worst. It doesn't even penetrate, man. Pause. It doesn't even get through my armor, man. You know what I'm saying? Put like this: if I'm in a building and I'm on, like the 60th floor, and somebody is yelling on the 20th floor or cursing or whatever, I'm so far up I didn't even hear it. So it's all right.
That nigga just hit us with mad bars.
Mad bars in a row.
I appreciate them all. Nah, because the only reason I had to ask, because, doing my Googles, I found like a whole page of like why you suck. I was like, yo, who is this nigga? Like, what am I missing that he's done in the past umpteenth years that just made somebody make a whole page of why hip hop gamer sucks?
Yeah, I mean, well, I could tell you one main thing. In the beginning, like, let's go 2009, 2010, there was other black outlets that was coming out. You had things like Analog Hype. You had a couple of other websites as well back then that don't exist no more. But a lot of people was mad at me because they felt that I wasn't being professional. It was like, yo, hip hop gamers making all black gamers look bad because, you know, he always be like, yo, dog, what's going on, and all this street ghetto stuff. And so they like, so my thing is, so what you're telling me is you represent your so-called culture of hip hop or whatever in private or somewhere else, but when you get in front of certain people,
you want code switch.
Turn that off because you're trying to fit in, and you saying that I'm not real.
Right.
There's a miscommunication here and stuff like that. So so what happened is I'm just me, man.
That's it. I mean, that's all you can be at the end of the day.
What I tell people is, what do you define as professional?
Yeah.
I ask people all the time, what do you define as professional? Because for me, what I define as professional is discovering something that you're really good at and figuring out a way where you can attack people, get paid for it, and be honorable about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, respectful and being honorable about what you do. To me, that's professional. Like being on time. If for example, I told you that I made sure that I made time so I could be on the podcast today. Now, if something happened where I couldn't make it, then I'm going to call you and let you know, like, hey, bro, I couldn't make it. Something came up. Can we reschedule? Because I'm being professional and respectful of your time instead of not just saying nothing and just boom, boom, boom. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's ways that this is professional, the way you carry yourself. That's professional. Now, if I say, yo, dog, what's going on? And you got a problem with me saying that, that's funny that you got a problem with me saying that, because the person that you're trying to impress, if they said that to you, you wouldn't say nothing because they the ones that got the bag.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So to me, most people are hypocrites. And the reason why I say that is because most people are quick to point fingers and blame instead of look at themselves first. So I'm the kind of person where I've learned to look at myself first before I do anything. So when I do something, I'm content with what comes with it.
Right.
That's why nobody can say anything or do anything to me, because I already know who I am. If I don't know who I am and people are saying so many things, then I'm gonna allow my vulnerability of their influence to dictate how I move, and then from there I become lost and bitter. And that's why when you see negative comments, that comes from that. And then you got a lot of people that instead of learning from that, they'll get mad at you at the fact that you hit a nerve that you know, now realizing that I'm only here to help. And all I can help is to be professional enough to tell you the truth. Period.
Okay. Now
I have a way with words. I am an artist.
Now into some gaming shit real quick. I just want to know real quick, what are your top 5 games of all time? Like your personal top 5 favorite games of all time?
Top 5 games of all time. You know, this is the hardest question ever. Well, God of War. I mean, God of War is wait, hold on 1 second. So that was my son trying to, like, he's showing me some stuff. I'm like, I'm on a podcast now. I can't do that right. Listen, so God of War, top dog. Shout out to David Jassy. That's a good friend of mine. Shout out to Corey Barlog. My man Stegus Mooseman, because those was like a few game directors on the different God of Wars that came out. But God of War, first and foremost, to me, Kratos is the best character ever made in gaming, period. Like, God of War is the best game ever to me. So that whole franchise.
Like, ever?
The last one that came out.
The recent one.
The recent God of War, yeah, I can see what that shit.
That shit set the bar up.
Yeah, that set the bar kind of crazy.
They stepped it up. But I love every God of War. I love all of them. But God of War, the last one that came out, that just took it to a whole nother level. So God of War. Then after God of War, I would probably say Grand Theft Auto.
Which one?
San Andreas is probably my favorite one.
Okay.
But I love Grand Theft Auto overall as a whole. 3, I would definitely say Mario, just because the impact Mario had on me. Mario made me a gamer, for real. Like, so I just gotta go with Mario because of the impact that it had on me.
Okay.
So that would be that. The next game, see, this one is tough right here. I got 2 more, but this next one is tough. Final Fantasy, that franchise was crazy, but Final Fantasy 7, that game has such a huge impact on me. It's like, you know, like, I love Final Fantasy 7, and I'll probably end the last one with 2K, NBA 2K. I love NBA 2K. I'm such a huge fan because before NBA 2K, I had Live. Before Live, it was Showdown. Before Showdown, you had Bulls versus Blazers and Lakers versus Celtics and all that stuff. Way back,
shit.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Kobe
But
courtside.
in terms of top 5,
Oh my God.
it would definitely be God of War, Grand Theft Auto, Mario, Final Fantasy, and NBA 2K. Man, that's my top 5. Those are games Those are games and the franchises that I just can't live without.
Not mad at that list. Now, the belt that you carry around, what's the significance of the belt? I know you said that you're like a wrestling fan or like a John Cena fan, but what's the significance to you of the belt you carry around?
Oh, well, my grandmother was my champion. My grandmother, she's the champion of my life. You know what I'm saying? You know, God is the head of my life, obviously, but my grandmother is the champion of my life, and she always called me a champion too. So when I wear the belt, it's a significance to her because I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if it was for her. She's the source and the root of everything gaming, personality, how it turned out. My grandmother is everything to me. So on the belt, I got my grandmother on it. I got my son on it. It says God First at the top with Hot 97 on it. Logitech G, my name spelled out. On the left-hand side, I got Eminem, Jay-Z, and Tupac. And on the right-hand side, I got Master Chief, Kratos, and Mario. So the belt, so the belt signifies me, you know, hip-hop, video games, and my grandmother being a champion. And on top of what I just told you, the sentimental value of it with my grandma, also on top of that, I'm the best to ever do it, in my opinion. When it comes to game journalism and just the passion and everything. Not to say that I'm better than someone. I just feel like the best version of myself will result in me being the best, having the biggest impact, you know, culturally in the space. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by that.
Nah, that's that rapper cockiness. Like, yo, I'm the best out here doing this shit pound for pound. Ain't nobody fucking with me. It's okay to say that, man. You can say that shit.
No, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I feel like everything, you know, speaks for itself. But for me personally, I do feel I'm truly the best at what I do. And to prove that, from 2008 to 2020, if you look at the industry, there's a lot of people that's replaceable, but there's only one hip hop gamer.
Word.
When I come through, it's definitely different from anything else or anyone else that you would see in the space that we cover. And I feel, and I owe that to the fact that from day one, I've always been me in the space. And there's only one you. You know, like there's only one you. There's only one Three Ninjas podcast. There's only one. Like when you allow your life to be the fingerprint of your success, then everybody can only ID you as you. And once that happens, it's like you got everybody else trying to fit in or figure it out. But I'm not the type of person that's going to follow trends. I'm the trendsetter. Like, think about it. Jay-Z said, "It's your boy," how many years ago, and people still say it generations later. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's me.
I hear you. Now, one thing, right? So your name is Hip Hop Gamer. Now, I'm also a person that's like really into hip hop and also gaming. So now, if one had to go, one never existed, which one would you choose? Gotta go.
Yo, that is the craziest question. I've never been asked that.
One gotta go.
I've never ever been asked that.
That's what we do here,
crazy. Oh man, son.
So hip hop never existed.
On,
that means Jay-Z, Pac, Big, Kendrick, Drake, Cole, or Mario, Kratos, fucking Mega Man. None of them shits never existed. Which one are you picking?
Oh, yo, that's not fair, man.
Life ain't fair, nigga.
Oh, man, that's not a fair question. All right, I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, man. This hurts, man. It hurts to answer this question. All right, so if one had to go, it'd be hip-hop. Because to me, to be honest with you, like, gaming truly saved my life, more so than hip hop did, and that's just the facts. Like, gaming, when I tell you, like, to prove my point, like, I came home one day and I had 6 U's on my report card, right, unsatisfactory, and not only did I get beat, but my pops took my games away. And listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, because I remember this like it was yesterday, because that's the impact that it had.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have told me that I couldn't listen to hip hop or I couldn't listen to music at that time, I would have been fine. I would have been fine.
Mm.
But when they took away the games, I didn't know. Yo, bro, it hit. Uncle Murder, son. It
hit different.
It hit different. Like when I mean it hit different, like yo, I went 2 weeks without being able to play a game.
God damn.
I was in rehab, bro. I was like, yo, son, it was over for me as a kid. I couldn't function.
Mm.
But it made me do better in school, because I was like, if this is what it takes for me to play my game,
I got to do
where
it.
the book's at.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I was on it, son. I don't think I got, yo, honestly, I'm not even joking. I don't think I got a U after that. Like, I think everything I ever did was satisfactory after that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was so serious, because the impact that it had on me was that powerful. I remember one time, my sister came home because she went to Edward R. Murrow High School, and she came home and her friend let her borrow Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusion on Higgins Genesis. And yo, she came home with that. I don't think I loved my sister more than I ever did in that moment. When she came home with that kid. So when I'm just thinking about my life and the impact, yeah, man. If I had to choose one, I'll choose gaming.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad we got a chance to talk to you, man, and chop it up. Because, like I said, you know, following you for a while, see you doing some dope things. You know, I'm hoping you do more and more. So what you got coming up next? What's next on the slate for Hip Hop Gamer?
Oh man, well I have a lot, but I won't be too long-winded with it. Today, actually, if y'all get a chance, if you go to Hot 97 right now, you'll see that I had Tiffany Haddish on the show. So Tiffany, shout out to Tiffany Haddish, she's amazing. So I had Tiffany Haddish on the show. I had what's the name of that girl? She's a beautiful girl, and she's on. She was in that movie From Dusk Till Dawn and Desperado.
Salma
Hayek.
Yeah.
Salma Hayek. I think that's her name. But I had her on the show as well. And Stifler's mom from American Pie. Yeah. I got her on the show too, bro. That was dope.
That's a random assortment of motherfuckers. Got a black and Mexican and Asian. Black and Mexican and white woman.
Yeah, like she's dope. So I got her on the show, so that's out right now. In terms of the things that I got coming up, a few major things. One, shout out to Michael B. Jordan. He just got involved with the Ambox team as a huge investor, huge partner, and I'm partnering with Ambox as well. So that right there is real huge. So I can't wait to get him on 97. That's gonna be dope. So that's one thing I'm working on right now. That's huge. The second thing is I have a major song called Press Start. That's gonna the song is designed to unite hip hop and gaming and just the culture of what we do to set off the new esports divisions that's launching later this year. Especially with what I'm doing with the NBA 2K League this year as well. So it's just so much stuff like that's happening, but that's just a few things to name. And also shout out to Ubisoft in Techland, because they got Dying Light 2 coming out this year and Watch Dogs Legion, and I did the song for those games. So
okay,
it's gonna be dope.
You nice in 2K?
Yeah, of course I'm nice in 2K.
Yo, I kind of want some smoke, yo. like that whole Def Jam shit. I was watching that shit. I was like, yo, he definitely don't want no smoking Def Jam. So I was like, we gonna go to something more modern. So that 2K, I kind of want to set something up with you, man, and kind of battle in 2K.
Yo, are you in New York?
Nah, I'm like a state over. I'm in Connecticut.
In Connecticut? Oh, yeah. Okay, you ain't far. So in my situation, when I play 2K on the broadcast view, though, I'm not that great on the 2K view. So, like, if we play on a 2K view, you definitely got a shot.
It don't matter. You're going to get this work either way, whatever view you want, babe.
Oh, what?
Whatever you trying to do, son.
So we play on my view, and I'm smoke you. I'm going to hurt your feelings.
That's okay. We're going to see.
And two, what you play on? You play on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox?
Xbox.
All right, we playing on PC. All right, because that's the best one.
You trying to get me out of here. I'm going to see what I can do with the PC, but you know. We'll set something up
Yeah,
with
we
the
play on
actual,
PC. You can still use your Xbox controller on
Okay.
PC, so it don't matter.
All right, let's
But it's just the
let's
game's
do
gonna
it.
be
Let's set it up,
better.
hip hop gamer. Playing with you, baby.
Let's go. It's gonna feel a lot better. It's gonna be more responsive. All of that. So we're gonna put it on PC. That's two. And then in terms of the Def Jam, I have like over 100,000 games, and I'm able to play them all in 4K. So I can play like PlayStation 2 games in 4K. I can play like Def Jam that you saw me playing. Like you never seen it look like the way I can make it look like on my PC. So it's like
you got emulators?
It's crazy, bro.
You got emulators?
Yeah. So the way I got my games looking, and the thing is, I got my PC. I got my CPU is an AMD 1950X Threadripper 16-core processor. And I got
that just sounds like money I don't got.
You gotta get it, man.
RTX 2080 Ti. So yeah, we lit.
All right. Well, off mic, we're going to set some things up and see how everything goes. So why don't you give everybody your social media and everything like that so they could follow you?
Everything is Hip Hop Gamer. Across the board, Hip Hop Gamer. You know what I'm saying? Just Google me, type in Hip Hop Gamer, and everything pops up. Like everything. So we good.
All right, man. Like I said, we're going to set that up, and I appreciate you for taking the time and chopping it up with us today, all right?
No problem, man. God bless, and you have a great one, all right?
All right, you too, man.
All right, peace.
Peace.